Hi, buddy. How you doing? Man, y'all remember that movie called Radio? The retarded Cuban Good Joint? Man, I tell you, man. If you can act retarded and make people believe you retarded, you a good actor, man. That's the one good actor, man. Radio. Dude was trying to be a football player, so I don't know. I kind of forgot what the whole movie's about, but it's pretty good, though. That's not what I want to talk about, though, man. Before I do, I want to ask a question. What's the difference? I'm sorry for pointing at you. It's disrespect. Get your finger out of my face. Alright? What's the difference between indoctrination and teaching? See, I asked my wife that. She didn't want to give me an answer. I guess she was stumped, right? She was stumped. So I'm asking you, what's the difference between indoctrination and teaching? I wrote the definition down. You have to think about it. To indoctrinate means to cause someone to accept the idea, opinion, belief of a particular group by repetition, means to repeat or say things over and over again, or hey, who wrote this, man? Hey, somebody, what did they say? Misinformation? Yeah, misinformation, man. They wrote this, they fired, man. They need to go back to school, take a handwriting class or something. But anyway, indoctrination cause someone to accept an idea by means of repetition or misinformation a lot of times. So I could just keep saying something over and over again. Okay. Repetition means this is green, right? This is green. I'll say it one day. That's indoctrination. This is green. Okay. Next day I come back. I'll come back again. This is green. Okay. I might change the story up another month, come back around. What color was this again? I forgot what color this was. Green. And you hear it so much, your mind tells you that's blue, but by indoctrination, you hear it so much over again. Your best friends will be saying that's green. And eventually, you start to believe that's green. That's indoctrination. Teaching. To teach means to cause someone to learn something by example or instruction. Okay? So the major difference is indoctrination tells us what, whereas teaching tells us how. So you see, to teach someone, you tell them how to think. To indoctrinate someone, you tell them what to think. You tell them what to say. You tell them what to feel. When I teach them, I tell them how to think for themselves, how to speak, how to do things. You see? So indoctrination means that people indoctrinate, they can't think for themselves. They gotta look around the whole building. What is everybody else doing? What is everybody else saying? That's my answer. Teaching, you teach someone to be independent and think for themselves. Because teaching to help you know facts, put them together, and say this is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So when the whole world was saying that the earth or the sun revolves around the earth, a person who is taught, he would say no. The earth revolves around the sun. You see? But anyway, back to what I was saying at first. I watched this stupid cartoon, man. This mess was so stupid, man. After I got through, I felt stupid, man. I should have wore a shirt that said I was stupid. Uncle, Grandpa, man. This mess, man. And I'm going to tell you one thing right here. You ever tried to solve a puzzle and you want to finish the puzzle, but your head start hurting and you can't finish it? I'm trying to wonder, how is this dude somebody's uncle and their grandpa? I'm trying to put it together like, okay, this is me. My daddy right here. My mama right here. One of them is one of them parents is my grandpa. But how did he become my uncle? And I'm like, I can't do this, man. All I know is somebody was doing incest with somebody, and then he did incest with his sister's kids and his mama kids, or his daughter kids, stuff like that. And he became somebody's uncle grandpa. But that's not it though. They played on stereotype. I'm gonna tell you how. And this is what I'm talking about, the indoctrination. I'll bring it back to what I'm trying to bring it back. Stereotypes again is indoctrination. Okay? But I watched a little of that mess. I'm like, what is this dude on here, right? This dude look like someone to be clown. Like he from the white people projects, right? That's the trailer park, right? He from the trailer park, so he couldn't afford a clown suit. Like he wanted to be a clown, but he couldn't afford it, so he had to go for the next best thing was a vigilante superhero, whatever he wanted to be, right? This dude is Snaggletooth and Bucktooth at the same time, and then he doing all kinds of stupid stuff. I'm like, man, what is this mess, man? I'm like, how is this mess being promoted? How is it? How they keep making shows of this? Because somebody's being entertained by it. All right, because in order for a show to keep going, you know it has to get ratings. Okay, they'll cancel that mess. Okay, there's been a lot of shows I used to watch. I was trying to watch the event, and they build you up like, oh, the event is coming. Why they cut that mess off before the event even happened? You didn't know what the event was. I'm like, man, what was the event? And it didn't have ratings. But they got Uncle Grandpa on this show is keep going on and on. So you know, whoever's being entertained by that, they can relate to that mess. That's what I'm saying. And this is a stereotype. Okay, basically, he's an inbred. Okay, he comes from an inbred. He's Snaggletooth, like he's some kind of hillbilly. You see what I'm saying? The way he talks. So they play on a stereotype. And so I'm just thinking that the only people who can relate to that is somebody who comes from that background. You see what I'm saying? I mean, just like Cheech and Chong. Who relates to Cheech and Chong? I watched that, man. I'm like, this is stupid, man. This ain't even funny. Right? Cause I wasn't no weed head back in the day. But you smoke weed, you gonna understand that. You smoke weed, you gonna understand Friday. Cause you understand what it's like to be high and do silly things. You see what I'm saying? You understand that mess. Okay? The hangover. If your lifestyle is about getting hungover, you gonna understand that's gonna be funny to you. You see, it might be funny, but the people who relate to it, they actually go buy the DVD. You see what I'm saying? Some movies you can watch, some movies you gotta go buy the DVD. Alright, if you buy a DVD, that means you relate to the movie. Alright? That's what I'm saying. Somebody's buying a season of Uncle Grandpa. But that's not what I'm talking about. The main thing I'm talking about is being indoctrinated. And give you an example of how they indoctrinating kids. Because going back to that stereotype. You see what I'm saying? And if you think about it, we can sit down and let the kids watch any show they want to. We can let the TV babysit our kids. But it is dangerous because that comes from indoctrination. You see? And going back to stereotypes. You think of the old school cartoons, the gray cartoons, the black and white cartoons with no colors. You have Mickey Mouse. You have Betty Boo. And then they put the old fat black lady on there. What was she in the cartoon? A maid, somebody's cook. She talked like honey and all this jucking and jiving talk. And so if I'm back at that day, I'm not related to any black people. If that's as a child, that's what I see as a black woman. That's the image I'm gonna put in my head. They indoctrinated the kids back at the time to think of black people as less than, and that's how we talk. Or that's all a black woman was good for, is to cook for the white family. Then they showed a little black man. His lips was practically big as his dome, man. Like they made his lips look like a baboon's butt, right? And so that became an image of ugliness. And so when black people started to see that, they would start to hate themselves. I mean, we was young, we call each other crispy and all this other stuff. Like, blackness was a derogatory term. But black is beautiful, right? This caramelized dark skin, that's beautiful now. See, white people out there paying to get this kind of skin. We born with it naturally. But back in the day, we didn't want that. Black women want to look like Marilyn Monroe. They didn't like them big lips. But today, what they doing today? They paying to get big lips. They paying to get big butts. But back in the day in the cartoons, they made those features expand because that was like a curse. And so they indoctrinated us through that. But they also indoctrinated their kids that these features are ugly. But after a while, the tables turn. And that's what everybody wants. And if people don't have it, they pay to get it. These white women go out there and pay to get their lips busted in with injection silicone. They go pay to get their chest filled up. They go pay to get their butt filled up. They go pay to get the tan. Some of them spray it on, but the whole thing, you spending money to get what black people have naturally and what they try to discriminate through the cartoon. It was indoctrination. Going a little further than that, during the Hitler era. How do you get the kids to agree with him? They did it through the cartoons. They indoctrinated them at school with the cartoons. You see what I'm saying? So yes, we can let our kids watch these things. We gotta understand it's indoctrination's agenda behind what they're doing. And the definition of a doctrine says to cause someone to accept the idea of a particular group. I don't want to get into the group behind who's pushing this agenda down, but there's a group that's pushing this in front of our kids. Because you know, once you get to a certain age, you already say in your beliefs. A lot of times no one can change that. But a fresh, impressionable mind as a youngster, a little kid, they can indoctrinate that. And then we wonder why kids don't respect us. Because they grow up seeing cartoons where the kids on those shows don't respect their parents. You see? Disney is the worst. And that's a billion-dollar industry. Disney, billion-dollar industry. And as I was younger, I'm like, oh, these are some good shows. But if you just think about it deeply, yeah, but anyway, it's Disney, that's the worst indoctrination. And you got to wonder why, you know, I'm not going to get into the mind control thing, but you got to wonder why a lot of these Disney stars turn out to be, semi-porn stars. Like Miley Cyrus, this chick then lost her brick, right? Who else was on it? Britney Spears, Christina, got her last name, but a lot of them Disney stars just go off the end of the road, man. They don't stay innocent like they supposed to, but bring it back to indoctrination, right? Okay, I just gotta bring this down because on my head to show. Alright. I mean, just look at think about this. Look at the Simpsons. Look at the family shows and how they evolved over the years. First you had Lucy, where husband and wife, it was a little goofiness, but husband and wife, they was together. You see what I'm saying? They showed a family atmosphere. Leave it to Beaver. And then we got past the like the 70s, that 60s, with that hippie movement and all that free love, the feminist movement, all this stuff, and it just turned the family upside down. And so, to indoctrinate the kids, my thing is, a cartoon is for entertainment, but once you start seeing multiple cartoons showing the same message, then that's when you gotta understand that that's where indoctrination comes from. You see, going back to the Simpsons, what was the message of that whole show? I mean, I don't even know, was it aliens? What were they? But you gotta understand that during this time, the image that they put of the dad in the household, you had this little boy running around the city, bad as he wanted to be, and the dad was dumb as he wanted to be. Man, this dude said dope more times than anybody I know, man. That dude was just the dumbest, man. But indoctrinate your kids with things like this. That we see this on TV, that daddy's stupid. And a lot of times, growing up in a house with no man in the house, that's the image of the man you get, is the ones you see on TV. You see? That daddy dumb, man. I don't have to listen to daddy because he's dumb. You see? Even look at Married Children. You had Peggy walking around like she stank, right? You had Al Bundy, he never really spent time with his kids, man. You gotta wonder why his daughter walked around looking like some wannabe prostitute. You see what I'm saying? The son dumb as he wanna be. I mean, that son was dumb as he wanted. What was his name? Bud? I can't remember what his name was, but just the family shows it just made the family atmosphere look out of whack, man. It made it look phony. You see what I'm saying? And the parents they put on there, you don't respect them. I don't respect them, so I wouldn't expect their children to respect them. But if every show that children seen that they promoted showed the parents or anyone as a father figure as being stupid, what's that gonna put in these young impressionable minds? And then you wonder why your kids don't respect your decision. Act like you don't know. And what they say, parents just don't understand because that's what they put on the shows. Yeah, you parents don't understand. If I'm Homer Simpson, I don't understand. I don't understand nothing. I don't understand why this door is coming close to me. Even when I'm walking towards the door, I don't understand why is this door coming close to me. You see? But going back to Disney. What was the message of most of the Disney things, right? That little girls grow up to become princesses. And we know that mess right there, you giving little girls a false hope because I mean, it's good to think yourself princess, but come on, in the real world, you're not growing up to be no princess. If your dad ain't no king, you ain't going to be no princess. You see? But a lot of the dudes that they went chasing after is like, think about it. You got Beauty and the Beast, right? This dude had the ugliest attitude. And then you had this little girl who, she wanted something better about herself. You had Gaston, little thug running through the city, bully and victimizing people. She wanted something better, so she goes towards this beast, right? And the whole moral of the story is that if I just kiss him, he got a kiss. If somebody could love him, he'll turn from a beast into a prince. Now take that to today. You wonder why these girls are liking these thugs. They want something to work on. Let's change this beast into a prince. If I just kiss him. If he just get a load of these nice lips, I could change this beast to a well-mannered man. And that's what these girls on the streets think of. I take this cold-blooded thug, this murderer, this Charles Manson, get a load of these lips on my face or in my panties. And I could change him to a prince, a well-mannered, well-behaved citizen. Hey, Belle did it, why can't I? Right? And so, just think. Princess and the Frog, same thing. I could turn this hideous beast into a prince. All you gotta do is kiss me. All you gotta do is kiss me. Forget about all the other women he's with me. It's something different about my lips. Something about my lips and my kiss got the magic touch. I got the magic stick, right? I could just change this beast, this toad, anything to a prince if he just gets my kisses. You see? And so, we as adults, we know this stuff is fairy tale. But as I said before, they're not going to go towards adults who's already set in their ways and try to change them through cartoons. I'll get into that later on. I'll get into how they indoctrinate adults. But right now I want to stick on the children, how they indoctrinate children, the impressionable minds, with this repeated message. Think about it, Disney. Just think about all the many, and you'll see a theme in the Disney cartoons. Most of the time, mama get killed, man. Mama always end up dying in Disney. I don't know. I didn't understand that. Mama always dying. Children always getting raised by dad. I mean, I wonder what was wrong with Walt Disney? Why did he make every mom die? Like Bambi, his mom died. Cinderella, her mom died. Even I think that other lady killed her. She killed that lady, man. She wanted that she wanted that dude for herself. You know what I'm saying? Who else died? Who else? Frozen. They mom and dad died. Little Mermaid, her mom died. Like, man, everybody's mom died, right? And so, You gotta think about it. The whole thing of the story is that daddy was always raising the kids. You see? However, daddy never had the best advice. Daddy had advice, but the kids never listened to him. But the story always ended up on a good note. The kid choice went right. They had a couple of choices. Hey, we all make bad choices sometimes, but hey, as long as the end of the story has a happy ending. See, daddy, I told you. And daddy always ended up giving a sign of proof at the end. Little Mermaid, this little hot-tailed little girl, her dad telling her, leave them sailors alone. Leave them people alone. Leave humans alone. She's so hot, she chasing sailors, man. But yeah, at the end of the movie, everything went right. Everything went right. You don't have to listen to daddy. You can listen to who you want to, but hey, it's alright. It's gonna be a happy ending in wrong too. You grown. You grown. You a teenager. You grown. You wearing bras, no shirt, showing your belly button. I'm just a teenager. Don't listen to daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes, man. It's like you put these in a child's mind. I'm saying that some adults gonna try to debunk me. No, that's not how we think. But I'm saying, of course, Disney not gonna trick you. Disney is geared toward children, man. And you keep putting this same message up there that I don't have to listen to daddy. Because look at Ariel. She didn't listen to her daddy, but at the end, everything turned out good. Her daddy even said, hey, get them legs. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to do that, but she went to everybody else for opinion. She went to Ursula, this little bitter black woman. You know them old ladies that every man they went to, every man they had in their whole life has left them. So all they got is a bunch of pets laying around. They got cats running around their whole house. That's the only thing keeping going. That's the only thing that can deal with their madness. And you know how a black woman is. That spitefulness goes to the death, man. And think about it. I bet Ursula and Triton was in a relationship back in the day, man. He left that lady cold. She was mad, so she went after her kids. But then she go after her. See what I'm saying? And so that's the message of Disney. Think about it. All these cartoons of Disney, what they saying? Because mom and daddy always die. Lion King, his daddy died. He had to fend for himself. Frozen, their mom and daddy died. They had to fend for themselves. Bambi, a lot of times he had to fend for himself. But it came out in the end that he could do it on his own. You could do it on your own. No adult supervision. I mean, just look at Dora, man. You got this little young chick, man, she walking through the whole city. She ain't looking for mama. Like, you got a fox chasing you, man, in the bushes, man. This fox underneath everywhere you go, this fox is out there looking for you. Right? That's the neighborhood pedophile. She ain't saying show me on the map where my mom and daddy live. No, she's looking for something else. But she always make it. Now I'm walking down the street, I see a little girl like Dora's age down the street. I'm asking where your mama is. Nobody in the whole cartoon worry about where her mama and daddy is. But yet, at the end of the movie, she make it towards the end. She make it towards her goal with no adult input. Nothing, man. This little girl walking through the whole city, man. She only like she in elementary school. But see what I'm saying? You put this message on there. You don't need your parents' input. And then we wonder, we let our kids watch this stuff over and over again. We wonder why there's a generational gap. We wonder why, as a parent, I'm more than twice your age, son. But you think you know more than me. Who taught you that? Who taught you not to listen to your elders? Who taught you not to listen to wisdom? It's the indoctrination of these cartoons, man. That's what I'm saying. So we can let these cartoons babysit our kids, and then at the end wonder why we not respect or listen to, because the parents in those shows are not respectable. There's no respectable parents on TV today. You see, you have parents like Bill Cosby. Those were respectable parents. Bill Cosby on the show, forget about the dude in real life. That dude is sick. But Bill Cosby, Bill Huxtable, that was a father who came home every day. And even though he was kind of hard a little time on his kids, hey, he instructed them. Claire, strong woman, not dumb, educated. Those are respectable parents. Uncle Phil, respectable parents. Carl Winslow, respectable parents. But right now, that's non-existent. And so why do they put shows out like this now? Why do they put shows like this where there's no respectable adult in the show? Because again, it's an indoctrination that we want no respect for authority. As I said before, what I truly believe, this is what I truly believe, that America is moving towards a point where we're trying to get to a police state. But as I said before, you cannot just enforce a police state without justification. You cannot go to war with another country without justification, because you need support. America, for some reason, we have been tricked to think that the government wants our input. They don't want our input, they want our support. You see what I'm saying? You got the House of Representatives, they don't need our input. They'll say, come on, vote for this, but what you voting for, nobody said that's what they want to vote for. See, gay marriage or no gay marriage. They didn't ask the whole country, should we vote for this? Somebody behind the scenes said that, and said, let's go ask what they support. Do they support gay marriage or none of that stuff? You see what I'm saying? So, in order to put this police state in this country, they need to support. They need to justify it. They need anarchy. They need rebellion. And again, respect for authority starts in the household, and it goes out from there. Normally, kids who don't respect authority don't respect authority in their household. So we can start with the kids where they don't respect authority in their household. They won't respect them on the streets. When we get a whole community of rebellion and anarchy, we can send the tanks in. But again, it's going to be people that don't believe, oh, you thinking about this too deeply. But think about this. If movies have no effect on our kids, go ahead and sit down and let them watch a rated R movie. Go ahead and let them watch porno. These things don't affect their minds, right? Cartoons don't affect the child's mind, right? Wrong. It's called indoctrination, folks. And our children are being indoctrinated by this stuff. It's time to wake up. I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Alright, yeah, here I go. Just one final thought, man. I was done with the video, but a thought came to me. And yeah, I just want to add spiritual thought before I go. Because I kept saying, know what I'm saying, right? A lot of my stuff is based on God's word. Okay? And so, my whole point of this whole video is that living in the last days, this mindset was prophesied a long time ago. Now again, the Bible tells us what's going to happen, what's the future going to be, but it doesn't clarify how it gets to that point. We just have to look and keep on alert. Okay? And what I think is that TV and the shows today is pushing the mindset towards what's been prophesied. So this is my final thought. I had to take my shirt off, getting kind of hot up in here. Alright? 2 Timothy 3, verse 1 through 5. He said, you should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. For people who love only themselves and their money, they will be boastful and proud, scoffing at God. Look at that. Disobedient to parents. There you have it. As I said before, I think that what these cartoons is pushing us to is pushing parents out the way. You see, you push the man out the household and there's no stability there. I'm not saying this from a chauvinist mindset. I'm saying it from a practical mindset. Is that the man is what holds it down in the household. The man is an authoritative figure which bases his actions upon practicality, upon problem solving. See, a lot of women, it gets to the emotional part when they get angry. That's why they yell when kids get out of hand. See, daddy ain't got to do that. Daddy can say stuff in a voice like this because my voice is deep. Kids will get still. Okay? And so, prophesied a long time ago that during these last days, children will be disobedient parents. But the Bible never says how it would get to that mindset. And while TV is not the sole purpose or the sole means that children are disobedient, it's one of the ways. Because it also talks about in Ephesians that there's a spirit that's operating in the sons of disobedience. You see? And so that's my final thought right there. Hope you enjoyed my video. Stay tuned for my next one. I don't know who I'll be talking about that's being indoctrinated, but stay tuned. I'll be back real soon. See ya!